Recording. Good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Instagrits podcast. My name is Devin Adams, CEO and head coach, and I'm determined to inspire. As you can see, we have Star-Lord in the building, a.k.a. David Stills, a.k.a. Chef B.R. Stills. What was your nickname I came up with? What was
something it? Cooks or something? I don't remember.
D Cooks? I don't know. But Chef Cooks, D Stills, he's in the building. We already know he's the recipe guru, the head of that whole movement that we're doing with PHF. He's just as crazy as me, which is a problem because it helps with us pushing each other, and we're competitive. So right? You said that we're competitive, and
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, and that's fine. That's a good thing. You need people pushing. Yeah. And so, David, how was your day? Real quick before we introduce our super special super guest.
It was a good day. You know, some good family time. Went for a run. I was telling you, I planted some seeds with my children.
That's tough, man.
And here we are. So winning.
Good. We're winning. We're all winning. Yeah. And now for our special guest, I'm no drum roll, but what's super exciting about this is me and this woman right here actually have known each other and went to the same junior high school and middle school, high school. We've known each other for 20 plus years to a certain degree. And like I said, this has been a weird 2020 because everybody has been attracting something from somebody else. And all three of us are similar to a certain degree, and we're going to learn more about her and her story. But I'm big on nicknames, okay? So before I give you your name, I have a bunch of nicknames. We have the DCHairlady. We have Marissa, the DCHairlady, a.k.a. Celebrity Stylist, a.k.a. the Fitness Enthusiast, a.k.a. the Health and Wellness Believer, the a.k.a. Health and Wellness Master, a.k.a. the Master Cosmetologist, Marissa, who is all in DC right now. And I think she's actually changing lives in DC because of her heart and wanting to be a sense of community. Whenever you're a person and you're using your gifts, which is your hands, when it comes to doing God's work, Dave, as you know, to your point, I'm already thinking you're flowing in the energy and where God needs you to be. And he's already given Marissa glimpses. I've seen Marissa taking pictures with celebrities on her page, which I think that's God letting her know, hey, this is a little taste of where I see you at. This is how I envision you. We talk about chasing our twin, and I think Marissa's about to chase her twin and get closer to that person God wants her to be. She's big on beauty, lifestyle, and wellness, which is right up the umbrella of what you and me are trying to do on a scope, Dave. Has her own company, Brilliant Beauty, rocking that thing out. Like, I mean, she's got oils, products. Like, we all about to take off right now. That's why I get super excited when I see people flowing in their gifting. So right. I want her to keep coming on the show. So without further ado, we're going to give you a little praise clap, like just one for Marissa. Nice. I'm glad you're out here, Marissa. Glad you made it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. How was your day? What you been doing so far, real quick?
My day has been good. You know, wake up, watch the news.
Okay,
have a little breakfast, walk Batman. Try to figure out this whole internet Zoom space that we're on right now.
You figured it out, and it was actually pretty seamless. Usually people are just like, they can't hear nothing. You right on, so that was perfect. Real quick, you can follow her at DCHairlady on Instagram. And I did see something on your Instagram page, Marissa, that I want you to just go briefly into, just talking about, you had a link for the coronavirus beauty industry economic hardship. Can you just give us a few details on that? Because I didn't have time to look at it too much, but why did you put that post up there on your page really quickly?
Yeah, so that post was a petition for anyone and everyone to sign to support the beauty industry during this economic hardship and this pandemic crisis in our country and around the world. So a lot of other industries have the infrastructure to support their workers, their operators in times of need like this.
Yeah.
We don't. Not federally, not from the state, nothing. There's no backing for our industry whatsoever. Okay. And we're kind of in the health field. We're kind of in the sales field. We're kind of in fashion. We're kind of in business. We're like a little part of a big component of the economy. And so a lot of times on the back end, we're doing things independently to support ourselves and provide support in times of need and times of crisis. You know, we have to have our own health insurance most of the time, our own business insurance.
Well, yeah, that's why. Okay, so that's why that petition.
Disability, you know, all those things that and benefits, you know, that kind of come with working for a big company and so on and so forth. A lot of beauty professionals, even if they work for a big company, don't have those assets. And so we have the independence to create that for ourselves or not. A lot of times there's not much money left over by the time you cover your overhead and your expenses and your family and your lifestyle to do those things. Some of us have made the sacrifices to do them. Some of us haven't, but this has not been an issue that most beauty professionals have been able to foresee, to be prepared for. And also, case in point, like most beauty professionals are just getting started in our peak of our first quarter. January is kind of slow. Things pick up in February. They really kick off like in spring, like Easter. And so we kind of got cut at the cord mid-March.
See, this is good because I don't know none of this. I'm ignorant to this whole field. I don't know about you, David, but I don't know.
No, this is new. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the holidays is a big boom. Easter, you have Mother's Day, graduations.
That's peak season.
That's all peak season. Then things kind of drop after 4th of July. Then they pick up like August, end of August, when everybody comes back from all their vacations and travel and getting ready for back to school. That kind of just stays consistent through the rest of the year. So there are highs and lows in every industry. And so this is like a low on top of a low.
So we need to sign this thing. I need to go on your page. I need to find this link, and we need to promote this thing and sign it.
Yeah, we need help. We need help as a massive structure. And I mean, not even just like beauticians, but the people that support us, our staff, our assistants. We have an awesome salon manager and receptionist where I work, Manny. I think about Manny all the time. Like, I mean, he's someone with so many skills, and he dedicates most of his life to serving us and helping us serve others. And so those are things that get lost in the confusion of all of this. So, I mean, unemployment helps.
Yeah.
But even that is kind of like a crash course landing right now because everybody's on the sites. Everybody's trying to get the same aid. Yeah. And so we all got to get as much as we can from every source.
Gotcha. Right. So I'm going to make sure that I promote that. I'm going to make sure I sign it right after this because that's important. We all need to. Numbers add up. Strength in numbers, strength in consistency. So we'll do that. Also, David, guess what her two favorite words are? I think you can guess one of them. It's the main thing on this podcast. It begins with an A and a C and a C.
Is it accountability?
Yeah, once she told me that accountability and encouragement were like two things that she lives by. I was like, oh snap! I was like,
wow,
all right.
Okay.
So it's just like, yo, you just got to come on here. So yeah, like I said, welcome. I already think you're gonna blow up. I already gave you nicknames. Nicknames are important to me. If you don't know this already. Yes. One last part, David. Give us one win for today. Marissa, give me one win for today. One win that I did was I did my morning affirmations and I got both my exercises in and I did my cold and hot water contrast with my red light machine. That's a huge win and I'm staying calm. What's yours? Go, Dave.
The one that we were talking about where I had an excuse to not go for the run, but I chose to go for it anyway. That's a win. Yeah, there's been a lot of wins today. That was one of them, yeah.
Good. Marissa, go.
Definitely jumping on this podcast with you guys has been a huge win for me. That's awesome. We've been in social isolation. I was telling Devin earlier, like I'm used to servicing, a bunch of people a day. I'm used to interacting with a lot of people a day and having really intimate time, conversations, healing, helping, just interaction, whatever that is. And so, touching people like by the numbers, by the minute is a huge chunk of my day. So being on live with you guys and, having some interaction and some structure and talking about the things that I love and feel so good about, like, is all the win for me. I haven't talked about beauty like all week.
Well, what's good about this is she's a real one, Dave, and I didn't even know this until our call. She's a full savage. And I don't use the word full savage that much, but full savage mode, you know how we feel about our real ones. So like I said, Dave, jump in if you got any other questions. Did you want to say anything real quick, Dave, or anything real quick before we get going? Because I know we got 40 minutes.
Yeah, this is all about Marissa, and I know that you have some questions, and I'll jump in. I'm just taking some notes, so
Okay.
I'll jump in.
Okay, yeah, jump in whenever you need to. But like I said, this is important because it's been a long time since I've actually talked to Marissa, and I don't think people really understand the depth of her knowledge when it comes to her industry. What got us to this point now, Marissa? So what happened after you stopped playing clarinet in freshman year of high school? But what got you into the hair? Were you always into beauty and fashion like this? What's the journey?
Yeah,
Give us
yeah.
the elevator speech. I need the elevator.
Yeah, so I've always been into beauty since I was a little girl.
Okay.
I would say my story, which is a big part of my story, is when I was 5 years old, my mom took me to the hair salon. She could no longer manage my hair on her own.
Okay.
And she took me to Bill, who is my current coworker and the owner of the salon that I occupy.
That's what's up.
And have been there for 12 years. And so I met Bill when I was 5 years old. He was a good friend of my mom's, and he was her hairstylist. And she said, help me manage my child's hair. Okay. I had hair down in my butt. It was long, it was wavy, it was curly, it was all these things my mom did not know how to do successfully on top of her career and her life. Sure. And so anyway, my experience of Bill was in the salon, and you know, they had champagne, and what? It was, everybody was dressed so nice, and this was in the 90s. So
you was drinking champagne at 5?
Huh?
You was drinking champagne at 5?
I was drinking apple cider vinegar. I mean, apple cider, not apple cider vinegar. Apple cider.
I like where your mind is, though. I know David likes where your mind is, because that's important.
Yeah.
That's
now I'm drinking apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
But then I was just drinking apple cider because I was, you know, obviously a kid. But the transformation that happened in that chair that day, like, it changed my life, my little 5-year-old life. And I told my mom in the car, I was like, I'm going to be a hairdresser. I'm going to be just like Bill. He has magic. And she said, oh, really? I was like, yeah, mommy, we need to go to New York because we can be on the perm box with the PCJ girls because we got all this long, luxurious hair. Well, I do. And we can make money. And she was just like,
but that's a good story.
This girl is tripping. And so ever since then, I had, you know, an innate passion for beauty that I felt the magic. I felt the power. I felt beautiful. I felt a different level, a different art of self-esteem, and being able to give that to somebody as it was given unto me was always something that was attractive to me. And so I always played with my dolls. I was obsessed with doing their hair. I was obsessed with doing all my friends' hair, my cousins. Anytime they would come to my house, it was like, okay, let's play in your hair. Let's play dress up. You know, it was all a part of, you know, just my life. Like, that's what I did. That's who I was. So yeah, I had other interests. I played sports. I danced.
What sport did you play?
I played soccer. And I ran track. You don't remember track?
You did not run track.
I ran track. I ran hurdles, Devin.
You lying.
I'm not. You should remember that. I'm not lying.
Marissa, I ran track.
I know you ran track.
You must not have came to the practices at all, okay?
I did.
Okay, all righty. I'll take your word.
Devin, she knows you ran track, so something.
I mean, I know she did soccer. I remember that. Yeah. Maybe I was just, you know, doing something.
You were just running, you know? Nick Gordon.
Nick Flash Gordon, yeah. Okay, yeah. I stand corrected. I'm sorry.
Kiki, Alexis, like, it wasn't long that I ran track because eventually I had to choose between all these activities, and track was like all day on Saturday.
Okay.
So
that's true.
It wasn't long, but I did run track, and I was pretty good, Devin.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm not disputing your talents. David ran track too. David, did you have anything you wanted to say real quick?
Yeah. No, I mean,
I saw you right now.
Not yet. It sounds like you're still telling your story. So.
Yeah, but Marissa was getting some good quotes down. I didn't write those things down that she said, but she was knocking out some good quotes. I'm like, dang. So I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this. But
cool.
Nah, but like, speaking of health, like, give us a quick tip on how does somebody that's an athlete still manage and protect their hair? Like, how does that even work? So if they're like running, doing a workout in the morning, what do they do to treat it? Like, that's just a question that I've seen posted places.
Yeah, I would say it's not as simple as one answer for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think that.
Don't just wrap it up.
No, because that's not going to work for everybody. Some people's hair, when they do that, it gets mangled and tangled, and then it's impossible to do anything with once they take it down. So I really think that if you are an athlete, if you do work out, you know, you need to get with a professional, have a consultation, really let's pinpoint your lifestyle. Let's talk about like what you do every day, what your workout routine is like, what your lifestyle is like, whether you have kids, what you have time for, what your interest level and skill level is. And that way we can pinpoint exactly what's going to work best for you. Like
I
some
know you
people,
do that. Sheesh. Okay.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
it's important. Like, for instance, like I have natural hair, right? But I wear my hair straight. I wear my hair curly. I wear extensions. I do color, all those fun things. But I have the skill set to transition whatever style I have to match where I am in my lifestyle. Now, because working out is a lifestyle for me and also beauty is a lifestyle for me, I have to always be conscious of like my next move. Like I can't leave the gym completely, you know, just done. Like it has to be back together. Because I'm my billboard, number one.
You are your brand.
So no matter where I go, you're always running into somebody. You're always, you know, on point, and you're always expected to be who you represent.
Right.
So I have to make sure that whatever I'm doing with my hair that week is in alignment with my workouts and my lifestyle. For instance, like I'm on this Zoom call with you. So if I woke up like this or I had the workout, you know, bedhead, crazy look, like I gotta have something that could transform easily. So you have to talk, it's best to talk to a professional to kind of like navigate what your day-to-day is. And I'd say like establish like 3 good styles, 3 good go-tos that you can go to that you can transition from. You know, whether that's a bun, a ponytail, a wash and go, and that's whether you're chemically relaxed or if you have natural hair or what have you. Having the right tools, having the right kind of scrunchies, hair ties, things like that, the right kind of bobby pins, just having like your little arsenal set up in your gym bag or on the go in your purse in the car, so that you have a couple things in case things go awry, because the elements are real. It's not just working out. You got, if you're African American, you got to think about the rain. You got to think about the humidity. You know, so you never want to work against yourself. You want to work with yourself. You want to work with the elements, what your workouts are. A lot of my clients work out, pretty much all of them. And they're wonderful, ambitious, brilliant, beautiful women that I miss so much right now. But
you should do a Zoom check-in with them.
Huh?
You should do a Zoom check-in with them.
Yeah, a Zoom check-in would be cool. A Zoom check-in would be cool. I've been, you know, texting, calling, that kind of thing, but a Zoom check-in would actually be cool. But yeah, they all kind of like have their rhythm and have their assignments and kind of have it going on. But for every new person, like, I definitely like to like dive deep and get into like, all right, let's get a game plan going. What are your goals? You know, how can we make your day-to-day easier and keep you looking good? Because when you look good, you feel good and you're far more productive. So it can be done.
That's so just hearing you talk about it, it's clear that you're passionate about it, and it's a world that I'm not that familiar with, but it sounds, sounds like it can be individualized. It sounds like it has, what I really like about it is that there isn't any one answer, and it depends on kind of your, like you were saying, your goals, your lifestyle, and maybe your expectations, your, like what you need. Like you talked about yourself as a billboard. If you're going to be doing beauty and hair and all of this, then you need to look a certain way, or else people are going to immediately say, why would I come to you? So that's very interesting. And I want to go back to when you were 5. You said that you referred to it as a transformation that changed your life.
Yeah.
You said it was magic. You said you felt power, self-esteem, beauty. My question is, it's focused and then it's more general. And you've kind of you've spoken about this a lot already, but I want to be specific. What is the importance of hair for Black women and women of color? And 2, what is the importance of physical appearance for Black people.
Shout out to CJ Walker, Madam CJ, that joined us out doing this kind of tough. Did you watch
it? It's huge. It's huge. I will speak from people first, and then I'll break it down for Black people, and then I'll break it down for Black women.
Okay.
So people in general, people are visual, and we don't really know how weak we are in that department until we've been tested. It's just like if you go into an interview and you look polished, you look poised, you look clean, you look attractive. You know, let's say you have like a nice beard, you have, you know, your hair is cut fly, your suit looks nice. People automatically trust you. People are open to what it is you have to offer. And sometimes they don't even care because they're so mystified by your persona that they're sold, and they want to buy it. Period. So personal appearance can definitely be a tool for success, as well as it can be for interpersonal relationships. You have a girlfriend, a wife, a significant other, and this significant other is like great in all these ways, but somehow like they could do better on the physical attraction side. And it's not that they don't have what you like, but they're not paying any attention to it.
Yeah.
You know, that can put a slump in your relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not responding as well as you would if they just put the time and effort into their aesthetic. So that's job, that's personal relationships. Let's talk about how you feel about yourself. So you can get up in the morning, you can not brush your teeth, you can not comb your hair, you can put on the best outfit, and you will look crazy. And when people look at you, they'll be looking at you like you look crazy. And when you walk past the mirror, it's going to be like, oh, okay, this is cool, but something's missing. Something's like always going to be missing. But I feel like if it's the opposite, if you have brushed your teeth, if you have cared for your skin, if you have done your hair, it doesn't really matter what you put on, because now you've touched yourself. Now you've groomed yourself. You have given yourself not only a sense of touch, but also visual stimulation that's pleasing to you. So now you feel better about yourself inwardly, and now you put that out. So that changes your whole energy, your whole game plan. Whatever you got going on the outside is nothing compared to what you got on the inside, because you paid attention to it first. You've acknowledged it first. So that's
going in.
Yeah.
Real one, go.
Okay. So the next one is what was it? It was people, and then what was it? What was next?
What was it, Dave?
So it sounds like you covered people in general just now.
Yeah.
And I think you said you were going to go in order of Black people and then women.
Oh yeah, Black people. Okay, let's talk about Black people. Black people, my people. I love y'all. Y'all are all beautiful. We're all beautiful. We have been marginalized by our aesthetic since we got here to this country. Since we left our home on slave ships, or even in exploration, because we didn't all get here through slavery. But once we, fell under colonialism and slavery and even apartheid, we're all marginalized by our aesthetic, whether that's our complexion, whether that's our texture of our hair, the length of our hair, our teeth, our smile, your diastema. Like I have a gap, that mattered too.
Right.
How tall, short you are, how stocky, how strong you were, how feeble, how frail you are, was put to a dollar amount and a sense of value for us.
That's crazy, yo.
And that is a huge dynamic. It always strikes me when I'm reading history, when I'm watching history and like movies, especially like Harriet Tubman. So I loved the movie, and I'm going to go back in a second, but it plays a part.
Yo, she went hard in that movie, yo. I mean, we all know the outcome, but she was going hard. Those quotes and those words.
Yeah.
Life-changing words.
Life-changing.
Cool, Marissa.
And so aesthetic was a big part of it that I never even thought about until I saw the movie.
Yeah.
And just about how other people viewed her because of her stature, because of her look. And then she adopted her look to look more masculine, to fit in as a spy, change her whole setup. What I didn't like in terms of cosmetics in the movie was that the woman who portrayed her is of African descent, and she's beautiful. And I felt like her hair was justifiably good enough to play Harriet Tubman, but they had her in a lace front. I know you guys don't know what that means, but they had her in a wig.
Why are you saying we don't know what that means?
Okay.
All right. I don't know what it means.
I don't know.
It means they had her in a very lace front is a nice wig. It's not one that like your grandma would wear. It has the illusion of scalp, and it can look very natural, but at the same time, she had on a lace front wig to be Harriet Tubman, and she has Harriet Tubman's hair growing out her scalp.
Okay.
And somehow in Hollywood, even telling Black stories, we need sensationalism to tell the story, or we feel that we do, or I don't know if it's an agreement that we make with production or our directors that, hey, like, it can be this, but it can't be too much of that. It bothers me.
Yeah.
Like, Harriet Tubman didn't have those tendrils and curls. She didn't have all that going on. That wasn't her beauty. Her beauty was inside. Not saying it wasn't outside, but it wasn't the commercialized beauty that it was in the movie. Right. So just saying that to say that as Black people, we go through that in so many levels, so many modicums and dynamics, what we put on ourselves, what we recycle internally and project on our children, on how we choose a mate, on where we want to climb in the social ladder. There are people that pick partners based on their aesthetic, their appearance.
Yep.
I mean, there are groups of people within our own community who have incestuous relationships to keep an appearance going so they can pass. So they can be considered more established and higher in society because they've kept their skin lighter and they've kept their hair straighter.
Right.
And they don't want in on anything browner or anything with more texture or what have you. And they're willing to risk their genetic gene pool for that. So it goes deep with Black people. And then we're going to start on Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Black women, I love y'all. And I've probably been waiting for this conversation for a minute, or I've had several different micro conversations around this. Mm-hmm. We are so beautiful and complex, and I'm really proud of the state of beauty at this moment for Black women. For the first time in a long time, we are regaining our self-esteem and our self-pride and whatever it is of our hair, while also maintaining a sense of allure and imagination with exploring different ways to enhance our appearance as well. I don't think it's anything wrong with enhancements. I do think sometimes it goes too far, as many things do, with no limits. You know, people can get as eccentric as they want with their weaves, with their nose, with their breasts, with their lips, with their booty, you know, with whatever it is they're trying to curtail for this appearance in their mind, who they want to be and who they deem as beautiful. I feel like Black women are probably the least celebrated and protected woman on this earth. I think we celebrate each other, but I feel like there's always a conflict when it comes to our appearance and our value on another level that we have to deal with interpersonally with our connections with our mates, with our men, with our peers. And what I mean by that is, like, it's still very important sometimes for women to choose their friendships, their social circles, with who they identify with in terms of their appearance. So if I know I'm more corporate, you know, I'm not going to test the boundaries with my appearance as much. Therefore, like, you know, I might be friends with my homegirl Keisha or Brittany or, you know, whatever her name is. No shade to Keisha. All Keishas are gold to me. But just calling out names. It could be Marissa, it could be Ashley, whoever. But just saying that, like, you're more apt to make decisions based on who you want the world to value you as with your own appearance and whom you choose to surround yourself with. For a job, for a mate, for your own self, you know, conviction of who you are. So I'm in the beauty industry, right? Yeah. So I have to deal with the real, no matter like what it is you made up in your head that you want to look like, who you want to be, who you've convinced the outside world that you are. When you're with me, it all comes down because I have to see through everything in order to serve you. So if you lie and say that like, oh yeah, no, I haven't been using any bleaching cream. And then we do a service that compromises that and it comes up that now you have this rash around your forehead because you've been using this bleaching cream that you told me you weren't using. Now we have a different dynamic, you know? So I deal with Black women with grace, with love, with compassion. You know, there are different psychodynamics there that I don't know if anybody else feels this way that works with Black women, but I uncover a lot of truth that can be very heavy. Sometimes I felt like, you know, working with other races has been easier and less taxing on me emotionally, physically too. But I choose to serve and adore my sisters out of love and compassion for them and just the gifts that I have to share with them so that they can better serve themselves and their sisters outside of themselves and so they can meet their own truths and really feel beautiful in whatever way they come and feel like they're enough. But it's hard as one person, you know, trying to send that message. But I would say that it is so powerful and impactful. My job is because I intimately get to hone in on those things on a deeper level, one-on-one. And so I try to, you know, be a source of healing for my sisters. I try to, you know, not expose their secrets, but let them know they have a safe place to land. And you're probably like, what secrets? Like, it's just hair. But a lot of women hide behind their hair.
Right.
They hide behind their hair for their husbands. You know, they got this man that thinks they think they have this straight hair, it's long and luxurious, or thinks they have, you know, have it easy and they're not high maintenance.
No, we all have insecurities. We all have things we have.
Yeah.
We all have insecurities. And like I said, to your point, Marissa, you're gonna have to do another one of these, probably like in another like hour. Like we're gonna do another one of these. We have to.
Sorry.
Because no, it's never nothing to apologize for. Like this was amazing. This is great.
This is great. Yeah.
It was refreshing. And what we want to do is we now want to just use this platform now to amplify what you just said so it can help more people. Like I said, you have a gift, Marissa, and we're all doing this disservice to what we're called to do if we're not moving fast enough so that person depending on us can utilize our gift. You just dropped bars just a minute ago and I was just listening. More people need to hear this. So like I said, we're going to follow this up real quick, probably with another one. David, I don't know what your schedule is right now. Shoot me a message. Marissa, stay on right now. I'm going to end this joint. Everybody go to dainspires.com. Follow Marissa, the DCHairlady. She's on Instagram. Follow everything that she's doing. She's got to be a fixture on this joint, especially with the dynamics of wellness and all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, she's not going anywhere.
Not going nowhere. and like I said, we got like 30 seconds left. So Marissa, thank you for blessing us with your presence and sharing everything. David, we're going to sign out, but I'm coming right back on. David, shoot me a message right now if you got time. Marissa, shoot me a message if you got right on time because we still have a whole nother thing to do. Everybody, okay. God blesses the work.
God blesses the work.
God blesses the work. Peace out.
Thank you. God blesses the work.
Boom, we out.